Hey folks, what's going on? Welcome to the next episode of the Coach Gav podcast. Happy Christmas Eve to you all if you're watching it today when we post it. So this is totally out of sequence. I'm filming this on Christmas Eve morning. Yeah, Christmas Eve morning, and off doing a few bits, thinking back, and as I'm driving, I'm thinking back over the year that's just been. And where we were doing appraisals in work recently over the last couple of weeks, and one of the things I asked of my team, which was something that my coach had asked of me in the program, was if you took a snapshot of today and compared it to 12 months prior, what's different? And different can be good and bad. And going through bad things isn't a bad thing in itself. So if I looked back to the 24th of December last year, did I think what was going to happen this year for me, for my girls, for my family, professionally, personally, all these things? Did I think what unfolded was going to unfold? No, I didn't. I very temporarily switched jobs at the start of the year, thought I was making the right move. Then when I made the move and got in, realised there was a bit of smoke and mirrors involved. Thankfully, I was able to move back to where I was previously. But again, was a good lesson. I got lots of perspective on it, lots of insight and that kind of stuff then as well with it. We weren't expecting to find out we're having a granddaughter. That news came along. Unfortunately, Yolanda's Opa passed away during the summer. Weren't expecting that either. And on the we weren't expecting to meet the Springbok rugby team or to all these like the Storm was doing well or Freya to get called up to the under 16 GA panel and do well. Even that, I wasn't expecting her to stop playing momentarily and then to go back and then to get a call and then was made captain of the 14s and then got called up to the 16s based on her performances and all these various things and combinations. This day last year, none of that was there for me, and then I certainly didn't see my pivot back into, well, a fairly hard pivot back into coaching, into doing, going down the podcasting route and going down the avenue that I'm going to go down. That will all become very, very clear very, very soon. So this is a very short episode today. None of us know what lies ahead. And all the more reason why we need to be as prepared as possible to handle anything and everything that comes our ways. The better we look after our mindset, the better equipped we are to tackle whatever life throws at us. In a previous episode I filmed, and possibly haven't yet released, I spoke about how when I pray with the girls, especially when they're younger, it's not just the hits, it's not just the Our Father and the Hail Mary and things like that. There's a specific prayer that I do with the girls, asking for God to give them the strength, give them the ability to find the strength within themselves to overcome the challenges they face in life. And even if you're not a Catholic or a Christian or anything at all, that's probably the best gift you can get today and tomorrow, outside of your health and time with your loved ones. That gift, having the ability to reflect and search in yourself, to find that strength, to find that courage, that determination, that patience, that kind of unbeatableness, so that whatever comes your way in 2026 and beyond, you're able to take it on, break it down, overcome it, get through it, so that on the 24th of December 2026, when you look back on things, you're looking at it from the point of view of what a mad year. But we came through it, and we're the other side of it. And for those of you who may be in a particularly tough spot, it's also a case of, the bigger the issue we face, it still comes down to having the right mindset or the right skill set, developing those skills. The bigger the issue you face, the bigger the hill you have to climb. It just requires more consistency with doing the things you need to do. So to climb the mountain, it's step by step. It's breath by breath. To overcome, let's say, right, you're struggling in your relationship, or you're struggling individually, or whatever it is. It's doing the work every day, or doing the work as every opportunity presents itself, so that you're building a resilience, you're building repetition, you're building character and backbone and all these things. And most importantly, you're building a trust and a confidence in yourself that, right, no matter what comes, I know I'm fine. I dealt with a couple of rascals in the gym last night that just weren't behaving and they weren't getting out of it. And it's not my first time to do it. So I knew I had the confidence that whatever was going to unfold here, I was grand. And then, even if it went to a level where I hadn't dealt with it before, like usually most of the stuff is just verbal, back and forth, grand. That stuff we can all handle. I was like, right, if this starts to get a bit physical here, I was like, right, I'm probably going to need the security or the guards, or whatever. So, anyways, but so I came through that situation. So I now know, again, should I face a similar situation, everything is fine. And that's what a rep is. A rep is basically doing something. And the more you do of something and build it up, the better you're going to get at it. So take a bit of time over the next few days, and it might seem a bit mad, but if you're able to stop and take time over these few days to reflect, that shows yourself, we're actually in a good spot here. Things aren't as bad as we thought they were going to be. I'm still here. I've survived. I've gotten through. And getting through is often the biggest success of all, because before you can excel, there just has to be like a survival element of it. Folks, have a fantastic Christmas. You're going to see and hear an awful lot of me in 2026 and beyond. Anything I can do, if there's topics you want to discuss or get my perspective on, absolutely fine. I don't have all the answers, but I do have 14 years experience of being a dad, combined with 18 years of being a fitness trainer and coach, and countless things on top of it. So all it is just that I'm slightly further ahead in the story than you guys are, and we're passing the information back so you can progress on with it as well. Have a great Christmas. All the best for the new year. Talk to you soon.